Hi, classmates and Dr. Sanchez. Today I'm going to be talking about Amazon, the e commerce giant, and how by changing their business practice from selling goods to offering services, they stay relevant in today's market. Overview. I'm going to go through Amazon's history, discussion on change within Amazon, literature review, limitations of studies, suggestions, conclusion, and recommendations. Amazon was founded by Jeff Bezos in 1995, originally as an online bookseller. Amazon expanded to subscription based mediums and offers great customer service. Over the years, Amazon launched Kindle, Alexa, Amazon Prime, Pantry, Prime Video, and many more. Globalization is a way that Amazon is expanding their company worldwide. Amazon adapts to various cultures and lifestyles to grow a company, and it has been successful. Amazon is the world's largest online retail, as well as the third largest retailer, third largest streaming media company, and largest cloud computing provider. Amazon started acquiring businesses in 1998, and in 2017, they completed a merger with Whole Foods, which I will discuss later. And one of the new business strategies is to open brick and mortar stores. I'm going to be going through some questions in regards to change and how Amazon is going through changes within the company, and starting off with environmental pressures for change. Amazon is good at focusing on the external environment. They focus on customer demand and competition, but they are currently dealing with a lot of scrutiny for unfit work conditions in their centers. Some of the internal pressures for change that Amazon is dealing with is their constant attitude on being the best, and it leads to need to always be changing. Nature of the change and the framework of change that would be effective and why. And this is where Amazon follows an evolutionary and planned change in phases. They're very smart, they know what their goals are, and they implement these changes by innovation. They're constantly coming up with new products and services. Reasons organizations might not change. Amazon has issues in regards to their employee turnover, and leaders do not focus on employee well being. And in turn, that affects business because Amazon is known for their customer service, their services, and they need to focus on their employees. Next is the types of changes anticipating on planning. So, Amazon should really focus on work conditions in their distribution centers. They need to acquire more employees because they are continuously open new locations, new distribution centers, and they continue to offer services to compete with the competition. But if they don't focus on employees and making their employees happy, that might be a challenge. Which models for diagnosing change could be used? So I went through and decided that the Burke Litwin model would be effective due to the external environment. The box that they focus on serves as input, and individual and organizational performance box serves as output. Also, all the boxes in the model are connected. They have a lot of feedback, and it becomes a loop which shows effect on other areas. For example, products, services, customer service, which I think that Amazon it actually is how they focus their business model. They continuously focus on the environment, which leads to them always coming up with new products and services as the demand, comes into how they develop whatever is needed by customer demand. Another question is, why will people resist change? More employees mean new people that are not familiar with the job. It becomes more of an issue where People that are want to stay at Amazon are not able to promote, and work conditions do not improve since the new employees are unaware. I know a lot of people that work at Amazon might complain about having no AC in distribution centers, and bringing in new employees could affect that because they're unaware of the job conditions and are just happy to have a job. Another question is what actions taken to mitigate or eliminate change? So, this is where Amazon has to come up with a change, whether it is to replace employees that are not willing to change with the company motto, which is innovation and always in it to win it, or they make adjustment to work conditions and try to make their employees happy. Another question is which approaches utilize to implement change? You have to have communication. If needed, you have to change leadership. Try to make employees happy by promoting within. And also, I know that Amazon lately has increased wages to make their employees happier. Another question is about the vision statement with the implemented change. One of the things that Amazon is really good at is their current strategy, which Snap Agency calls them the seven wonders of Amazon's success. And it includes innovation, customer service, execution, diversification, exceptional user experience, design contact, and Amazon's attitude of in it to win it. Another question was to steps to communicate change, like what strategies would you use, media skills. I think Amazon should deliver messages in person or video, record it, send it out via email. Also, sending out a newsletter to all employees. But the most important thing is just to keep employees updated and informed. Also, some of the actions that Amazon could implement to sustain change. This is a quote that I actually really like because it just summarizes what change in an organization is all about, and why it is important. So, Amazon has a day one culture. John Bezos stated in 2017 letter to the shareholders, he said, day two is status, followed by irrelevance, following by excruciating, painful decline, followed by death. And that is why it is always day one. Amazon follows a two pizza team structure, which is an agile team which focuses on customer. They avoid distractions, focus on priorities, and make quick decisions. They also have an STO, which is a single thread owner, that is a leader of the team that focuses to drive single innovation without other distraction. Literature review. So I have two cases that focus on Amazon, and the first one is the AWS cloud service, which Amazon launched the Amazon Web Service, or AWS, which is now the largest provider of cloud service in 2006. In 2017, they made up 34% of the market, more than the next three competitors combined. Amazon offers over 90 web services. Research was done analyzing why businesses completely or partially changed to Amazon Cloud. They had three research questions, which the first one was what are the business challenges that make companies switch? The common tools of AWS to meet business needs. And the final question benefits of using AWS. The study included 51 case studies of companies successfully implementing change utilizing some AWS service. Companies included were from anywhere from Fortune 100 to small startup companies. Some were local and some global. The case studies were self-reported and publicly available from Amazon. Findings and answers to the research questions were the research question 1. It answered why they needed to change, which was the lower design scalability, flexibility, speed, high cost of support, lack of global reach, etc. Answer to research question 2, which explains some of what they use, what AWS uses, which EC2, scaling tools, networking, security, development tools, among others. The benefits, which is the last question, is why they decided to switch, was to a faster scalability, get rid of larger data centers, reduce cost, technology advantage, global consistency, analytics, among many others. Also, one of the reasons why they found out that companies were choosing Amazon is the proactive services of AWS. Now I'm going to discuss the merger of Whole Foods and Amazon. This study was a qualitative study. It was a case specific to Amazon acquisition of Whole Foods. Data utilized in study is based on annual reports, published articles, expert views, and employee feedback. In June 2017, Amazon acquires Whole Foods for $13.7 billion at $42 per share with a 27% premium. Prior to the merger, Whole Foods had been declining in revenue growth and profits due to competition. In other studies, what is normally seen is the target company stock increases while the price of the acquired company decreases in the short term. Whole Foods and Amazon merger increased both stock prices. Some of the possible reasons discussed were the potential was to reach 1 trillion market capitalization in 2020. Amazon now had access to brick and mortar presence. Combining of almost exclusive customer base. Amazon has their customers, Whole Foods has their customers. Combining the two allowed for them to be able to look into each other's customers and gain new customers, which has helped both companies. Results and discussion. Whole Foods was undervalued due to the $57 per share in 2015 versus the $33 in 2017, which was the day prior to the merger was being announced. Pros of the merger: customer profiling, database expansion, brand equity. Amazon Prime and home delivery. Amazon now had access to stores, to brick and mortar stores, and Whole Foods gained access to Amazon customers. Risk diversification. Prices changed. Amazon actually lowered Whole Foods prices. Cons of the merger: impact on employee and work culture, possible layoffs, and issues with unions. Amazon also has bad ratings for work conditions, while Whole Foods has received several awards for pleasant place to work. Conclusion: other companies' share prices dropped the day the merger was announced. Synergetic advantages, high potential growth makes it a win-win situation. And even if merger fails, it will allow for useful data. Limitations of studies: small number of organizations in study. Future research should include other providers. Qualitative study only focuses on the two companies in the study, which was the merger in this case. Research could also include multiple mergers. Compare online with brick and mortar stores versus both brick and mortar merges in future research. Suggestions: Amazon needs to promote training and knowledge as they grow and they have new employees coming in. They need to be trained properly and they need to be given the knowledge of the Amazon way. And it is very important that as they increase their workforce that they focus on that. The next suggestion would be reducing the turnover rate because they do change so often and they open new centers all the time. and employees are not currently happy of their work conditions, that they are having to gain new employees all the time, and that is a focus that they should be considering in the future as a change within the company. Another suggestion would be increase open communication. If they let their employees know of the changes and the communicate the need to change and why the company is growing so fast, it might reduce the resistance and reduce turnover rate as well. Recommendation. A recommendation for Amazon would be to reduce the pace of company growth to focus on current issues. If they keep growing but they don't focus on their workforce, then at the same time, it makes it hard to be successful and have successful change. Currently, they are focusing on their online globalization, but they are also starting to open some stores. So, focusing on the brick and mortar presence might benefit Amazon in the future because they are so popular. Another recommendation would be to increase rewards and benefits for current employees that stay with Amazon. That might reduce the turnover rate and would be beneficial to Amazon. Conclusion. Amazon's innovation and focus on external environment is why change is effective. Providing services was a change that benefited Amazon. Organizations that have no online presence need to make changes to survive. E commerce is growing, and companies like Amazon push other companies to survive. And the ending is just my references, and that's my presentation. Thank you for listening.